Liam Gallagher has been in the news today after he told Mojo magazine that he has hip arthritis and that he needs to have both of his hips replaced. He's only 49 and it's a big thing to think about. He said that he'd rather be pushed around in a wheelchair than live with the stigma of having hip surgery. I can empathise with him. Facing up to our human frailty and mortality is difficult, and most of us just don't want to think about it at all. All I'd say to him is that hip replacement transforms the lives of millions of people every year, both young and old. Is it possible to do both hips at the same time? Well, yes, it is. I do it quite often, actually. The first time that I did it was in a patient who had a terrible phobia about coming into hospital. Both of his hips were in a shocking state and he was barely able to walk. We agreed that it would be best for him to have one admission into hospital and to do both of his hips under the same anaesthetic. We started with the most painful side. It took less than an hour. Once we were sure he was all right, we did the other side and he went on to make a fantastic recovery. Since then, I've done bilateral hip replacements several times a year. We have a really detailed clinical pathway and choose our patients carefully. Both hips have to be as bad as each other and you have to be reasonably fit with no major medical problems. We agree that we'll start with the most painful side. If there are any problems after the first hip, we won't proceed with the second side. I can only think of one patient where this happened. There were problems with the anaesthetic, so we brought the patient back a few weeks later for the other hip to be done. So how do you cope with two hips done together? Well, it's a lot more straightforward than you might think. Being free of pain and much more mobile than you were before surgery gives you loads of confidence in your new hips. The physios will carefully guide you and most patients are back home within a few days. Within a few weeks, you'll be independently mobile and getting on with your life again, without the thought of more surgery ahead of you. That's a really big bonus in my opinion. But what about the risks of doing both together? Well, there is a slightly higher risk of getting a deep vein thrombosis in some people. We'll talk to you about this. You have to lie on the wound of the first hip whilst we do the second side, and this can increase the risk of a superficial infection. Overall though, the benefits of having one anaesthetic, one hospital admission and one period of time doing rehab, I believe far outweighs the risks. Clearly it's not for everyone, but I can help you make the right decision after a careful assessment of your condition. If you'd like to know more about having bilateral hip replacements or anything else to do with hip surgery, then please get in touch. The details are in the description below. Thanks for watching.